Tom Reed is not here. I can only apologize. So this will be a lesser version of our post-game video. Here with Aaron Portzline and Todd Jones. And if you're not reading Todd Jones's daily blog, you're missing something good.
Big mistake.
Tonight, the regular season finale in the Nationwide Arena. The Blue Jackets fall 5-4 to the Winnipeg Jets and Jack Roslovich, the first Columbus-born, bred, and trained player to play an NHL game. Tonight was his debut. Gordy caught up with him. What did he say?
Well, I talked to him a lot over the last 24 hours. He was a ball of nerves, to be honest with you. And you know what? He's a kid that appreciates the situation. So I think he felt like, obviously it was big for him, but I think he also felt like he was representing all of the kids in the AAA program, all of the kids that have come before and since. He stays in touch with those kids. You hear so many great stories about this kid and how dialed in he is to the program and how much he continues to give back. So this for him was like I think he really, really wanted to do well tonight. His team won, so that's a good thing. Played 8.5, 9 minutes or so. It looked like he belonged, had a nice shot on goal.
Todd, you wrote on your blog about Jack.
Talked to him a little bit afterward, and he didn't have a lot to say. I think he was a little uncomfortable with the idea of all the media surrounding him in his veteran locker room, which is totally understandable. Right. But it was a great night for him. You know, all his 70 people here, I think.
Yeah.
And, so good for him.
Yeah, all his coaches and stuff. And I write for tomorrow about how, like tonight's one of those nights when I miss Mr. Mack.
Yeah, right.
Who died in 2008, a year before their first playoff appearance. And here tonight we have we have the AAA Jackets contingent. Jack Roslovich's a product of that. I think he's the 6th player to come out of that system to play professionally. 5 in the NHL by my count at this point, 4 or 5 in the NHL. And if you think about Columbus and how it's come as a hockey town, just in those terms, that's a testament to Mr. Mack's vision. He put the sheets down, he started these programs, and this is one of the reasons he bought the team, to turn Columbus into a hockey city.
Yeah.
Not a pro town. He thought it needed a pro team.
Yep.
Hockey was it. We're going to grow it right. And tonight was sort of a realization of his vision in a very certain way.
And I think he knew better that it wasn't enough to just build a rink.
Right.
Like they needed a junior program. He's been gone, since 08, almost 10 years.
9 years, yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like he's here tonight in a way because this is the dream.
Right.
You know, with a kid from Columbus. And there have been other Connor Murphys from Columbus, but he was born elsewhere and moved here. Sean Corrali moved here when he was like 3 or 4.
Cole Castles.
He's basically raised here. Cole Castles, Jake, Trent Vogelhuber. There's all these kids now, but this is the kid born here. Learned to love hockey here, watching Nash and Barborny. Played in the driveway in Bexley. Grew up playing people when he lived in Columbus, and you know here he is. So.
Kevin Deneen once dropped in on a couple of their pickup games.
Think about that. Right?
Yeah. Let's get to the game. Aaron, you spoke with Brandon Saad in the locker room. Let's cut to that now.
Well, I think tonight we had some defensive laps where it's either maybe if it's cheating for offense or them getting odd man rushes, things like that. So just playing the right way. You know, we know how to playing our team game, and obviously tighten that up a little bit.
And we're back, and still Tom Reed isn't here, and my apologies for that. 5-4 loss. You thought they scored the first goal, and you thought this might be a W.
Yeah, they were coming hard early on. Right. They were just firing pucks like crazy, and I think that was good to see. You know, some offensive energy. Unfortunately, the defense wasn't very stout.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. They lose 5-4, and it's their fifth consecutive loss and their 4th consecutive in regulation.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. What was Tort's feeling after this one, Aaron?
Well, his feeling was, I'm not going to break this down, and then he broke it down.
Yeah.
Saad had his feet moving.
He liked that.
He was skating hard. Wenberg had his feet moving.
That was good.
Jenner created. His issue was that they gave up the middle of the ice too easily.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. If that means you're getting Jenner back out of the middle, Now, it could just mean that you've got Murray and Werenski out of your lineup, two of their top defensemen. Let's not forget Murray's out as well.
Right.
So the defensive pairs are scrambled. Some of the ways that they defended off the rush, there's that moment, it's a big goal, where Jack Johnson's the only guy back on a 2-on-1. And what's the golden rule of defending a 2-on-1?
Take away the pass.
Jack did not take away the pass. And so it's a bang-bang pass. There's no way Korpisalo can get over. And boom, that's a big goal.
Tortorella did frame it as he can live with the defensive breakdowns because those are things structurally they can fix. And so he said, not worried about that, and he said he was happy about some of the offense.
And this is what we talked about the other night in Pittsburgh. This is a diagnosis, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, now you can see the problem. You know what the problem is. Now you can fix it. It's everyone grabbing the stick, which maybe Cam Atkinson still is. But there's all these guys are in their heads, and their hands aren't working with their heads, and there's no offensive sustenance. There's nothing there. Tonight there was a little bit of something there. So maybe if that chill thaws a little bit, they can fix the other stuff through practice.
Some credit to the rookie goaltender for the Jets. Todd, what else do you have on your blog tomorrow?
A little bit about the Masters. All hockey players love to golf, so it's kind of a segue, right? And but
the Green Jacket's up for grabs. If you're not following Mike Commodore on Twitter, by the way, he's a must.
Well, and then this is for the rare time that the Blue Jackets aren't talking about golfing at the end of the regular season run. So
the cabin's
progress
locked up.
Right.
Who else did you get in the locker room?
Well, we talked to Nick Foligno, who's scored twice in 4 games, scored a goal as captain of his team, obviously, and he spoke about getting their mojo back, finding their balance again here in the final 2 regular season games before they head into the playoffs.
Finding the right parts of our game at the right times. I think we've had some spurts, but we haven't had that consistency throughout the 60 minutes that we normally have. When we're smothering teams and not allowing them to come back in games. Tonight it's a 1-0 game, and 4-minute penalty, kind of takes the wind out of ourselves. But then you should be able to jump right back in there and not let them get that second goal. And tonight we did, and then we fight back and give great credit to our guys to fight back. But then penalty, and then you get another one, and then we fight back again. And so it's a good learning curve for our group that you can only give so much. You got to make sure you tighten up in certain aspects of the game, and it's going to be even more evident in the playoffs.
And thanks for joining us. Once again, worry not, I won't be in this chair on Friday. Or Saturday or Sunday.
Tom Reed will be back.
Yeah, that's right.